Masked Masculine proves that luchadors make everything better. It's my review of Bleach, chapter 560. There have been a lot of really unique and awesome villains in the Bleach series, and I'm a firm believer that if you just happen to throw a Mexican wrestler into the mix, it makes everything 50 times better. I love Masked Masculine. He is one of the coolest bad guys that I've actually seen in the series. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that he is a luchador, and I'm just, for some odd reason, like, fascinated with luchador wrestling. I think it's just really fun and really flashy, and I'm not even really a big wrestling fan. I mean, I haven't really followed wrestling since frickin' WCW Monday Night Nitro. It's been that long. However, you don't need to be an expert on wrestling to enjoy this chapter, as Masked Masculine's charisma carries throughout the entire chapter. It actually opens up with Shuhei trying to take him down with his chains, wrapping him up around his feet. But that shit ain't gonna work. He fucking drops kicks his ass and just knocks him out. All of a sudden, Kensei and Rose just appear, and Kensei gets really pissed and immediately goes into his Bankai form, and that's when he proceeds to wail on Masked Masculine, and this is probably some of my favorite parts of the chapter. It's real simple action, but it's the type of action where you can feel, like, the impacts of every hit, and I really love that. Like, I love the scene where he, like, uppercuts Masked Masculine right in the gut, and there's even this one scene that's really detailed where he just continuously is hitting him in the stomach, and you can see, like, all of the huge impact lines. You can see that it actually is affecting him a little bit. However, there is a twist in this chapter, and something that I think is interesting. Now, when we first saw Masked Masculine, he has this one weird little bald dude who just, like, follows him around everywhere. Apparently his name is James. And he's, like, the key to Masked Masculine's power. Apparently, whenever he cheers him on, Masked Masculine gets really super powerful. And there's a scene where they think they actually beat him, and then this little guy starts cheering him on, and Shuhei is like, you gotta stop the little guy. He's the key to everything. And then suddenly, Masked Masculine is right there, right behind him. He's hulking, he's massive. And this is, like, the reveal of how his powers work. And this is probably just the very beginning of what he's capable of. You know, I'm sure he can do more than just, like, sort of the standard wrestling moves. But still, this is a good action chapter, and I'm glad that it focused on that character of Masked Masculine, who has got an awesome name, really cool appearance, and all of his attacks are just really fun and awesome. And his just design in general, just, you look at him and you want to laugh. He makes you smile. And I think that's an interesting quality of a villain, to not only be a bad guy, but to make you laugh at the same time. It's kind of like the Joker from Batman. It looks like they're not going to follow up on the Rukia Renji stuff too much. Looks like they're just going to reveal just a little bit at a time, and I can understand why they're doing that. They have a lot to build up with those characters. They've gone through some pretty serious training. I can't wait to see the results of that. Of course, there's a lot of other characters who need to make their big appearances, like Ichigo and Kenpachi, and countless other characters in the series. I still want to know when Grimmjow is going to show up. But otherwise, I loved this chapter. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see more of what Masked Masculine can do. But this was an action chapter that delivered a lot of really cool action scenes, a lot of really cool panels. And, you know, I'm glad that they're finally bringing Kensei back into the picture, because I just always thought he was a really cool character. So I don't really have any complaints with this chapter. And typically when I have no complaints, I like to give it a 10 out of 10. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. Just a lot of fun, brand new characters getting ready to throw down, and it's just the beginning of another really awesome fight in this crazy final arc of Bleach. So, you know, my thoughts about this one: luchadors kick ass. I think they're one of the coolest things ever, and that's why I love this chapter so much. But what about you guys? How did you feel about this week's chapter of Bleach? Do you like Masked Masculine? Do you think he's too silly? You can let me know with your comments below. Remember, guys, before you leave, hit the like button, give this video a thumbs up. It is absolutely one of the best ways to support our videos. And you can check out some of the other ones we got floating up top. So, I will see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.